Pushes in, centers the puck. Besser scores.
Trying to settle it. Smith has it. Off to Carlson. Score!
Sometimes I drag myself into thinking I'm the king of the world. I could have any girl, but tonight I'm all alone in this bar, talking to you.
Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Blood, Sweat, and Beers, the podcast. I am Dustin. I am the owner of the Olsen host team, currently 3rd place in the East. As always, I am joined by Marshall. Marshall, how's it going?
Good, buddy. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing great. Today we have a very special episode. This guy is just an absolute beauty.
Words cannot describe this guy. This guy is just a man rocket. He's out there slaying it on the stage, coming in hot from the west. We got Spitters Are Quitters, Tanner Olsen with us today.
What's going on? What's going on?
Glad to have you, Tanner.
Tanner's
Hey,
here.
thanks, fellas.
So, what we're going to do today for this episode is we're going to recap what happened in week 4. What an exciting week that was.
Weird week last week, man.
It's crazy the difference between the weeks of episode 3 and this episode.
Yeah, I mean, episode 3 was pretty shitty. We didn't have much to talk about. I mean,
Just such a boring week
it
in the
was
fantasy.
so boring, so uniform. It was just like no surprises. The only thing maybe was the tie that happened between.
And that's a reach. That's a reach right there.
Yeah, and that's just me trying to find something.
But not this episode. Not
This is
this
a good
week.
one.
What a good week this was.
This is a good one.
So where should we start? Team Diorio and Vancouver Sparkies?
Yeah, we'll start right at the top there with Team Diorio. I called it from the episode 1 that Team Diorio was going to be in the playoffs and undercover wagon. I still think so. You boys don't know the guy. Like, I talked to him at work. The guy's got a blessed sports mind. He can tell you any fact about anything you want to know about sports. So I knew this guy was going to be addicted to this, and it's awesome. He's pretty addicted. He's sitting outside McDonald's at 6 a.m. looking at fantasy stuff.
That's the commitment that we need in this league. He still hasn't lost. He's 3-0-1 so far. Big victory last week. But I mean, that's not hard against Vancouver Sparkies.
Sparkies again. We're a broken fucking record on this podcast here. Sparkies, get your head out of your ass and get some offense going.
So Team Diorio was led by Roman Yossi and Thomas Chabot with 4 points each.
Mediocre at best.
Must have
but
been a collaborative effort amongst his whole
It
team.
had
then.
to have been a big effort by everyone.
Just shows his depth, I guess. Vancouver Sparkies, Kevin Hayes, big bounce back week for Hazy.
Yeah.
He was really struggling to start the year. He got 6 points last week. Brent Burns, 4 points, no surprise
Still
there.
staying relevant, yeah.
Yeah. Forwards with no points for Team Diorio, Hintz, Deneau, and Landeskog. A little surprising there. Landeskog is actually hurt now.
Yeah, he's
which
down
that's
till January.
That's
Big
not
hit.
good for Team Diorio.
Big hit.
And the players for Sparky, or the forwards for Sparkies with no points, Granlund, Radulov, and Parise. Radulov's really struggling so far this year. He has been almost non-existent.
And you know what? Rube Hintz actually isn't even on Team Diorio anymore.
Okay, all right. And
wasn't he part of a trade? You have Hintz.
Yeah, I just picked up hints.
oh, good move, Tanner.
It was
No points guy.
no points last week, but I'm hoping for a big week this week from him.
And Team Diorio really let down by his goalie John Gibson. 4 games, no wins, a 4.2 goals against, and 0.887 save percentage. For your number 1 goalie, that's not going to get it done.
Can we
But
talk about why
surprisingly,
you
you did win.
4.2? Why? How do you not say 420 GAA there? Like, how do you go 4.2?
I just wanted the 3-syllable.
Oh, right.
Once you're in the 4.20, you're getting into 4 and more, and I ain't down with
that's
that.
fair. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, big win for Team Diorio last week. And better luck next week, Sparkies.
Yeah, try again.
Okay. And then we will move on to the next matchup. It was
Interesting matchup.
the Chilliwack Offs and Spitters Are Quitters. Tanner, how did it go for you last week?
Better week, I didn't get blown out like I have the first couple. Pulled off the old tie, not a win, so I'm still in that shit category.
That's a big accomplishment for you. You didn't lose.
I guess. You know what? It was the goalies that did it for me that week. To be honest with you.
You know what? Yeah,
It was my goalies. Yeah, they pulled me out.
You know what? Honestly, the only reason you won that week, I mean, your goalies definitely.
You didn't win. Let's not
sorry.
kid ourselves.
It's a
Let's
Tanner
not give
win.
him some credit.
Tanner
It's a
tie
win
is
for me.
Tanner
It's a win for me.
Anyways, the only reason Tanner got the tie there was holy shit, his goalies put unreal. But Marchand to the rescue. You needed a goal to pass and one more category. Marchand gets 2 goals, 3 assists, final game to push you ahead of Cole.
That was on
13
Sunday?
goals. That was on
Holy,
Sunday.
talk about Sunday scaries for
Yeah.
Cole.
Yeah, and
Yikes.
he pulled up the tie. It was crazy.
So, yeah, like you said, Marchand, 8 points for Tanner last week. That's
Stud.
yeah, what a stud. Did you pick him?
Yeah,
You drafted him?
He was one of my first draft picks.
Nice, good choice there. Thomas Hurdle, 4 points. For Cole's team, Huberdeau, Barkov, the Florida Panther connection there, 5 and 7 points, and then Pasternak with 8 points.
Yeah.
That guy just bleeds points. You're gonna expect that every week from him.
Marchand and Pasternak and Bergeron, hottest line in hockey right now.
Yeah, players with no forwards with no points for Tanner's team, Nemesnikov and Brett Connolly.
Yeah,
Are they going to be going to waivers pretty
They
quick
were
here?
just 2 waiver pickups for me because
Okay.
they were just playing and I just needed guys.
Makes sense. For Cole's team, we have Middlestat and Teravainen, no points.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I like Middlestat still.
I like Teravainen still,
Yeah.
or Teravainen, however you say it.
Teravainen.
We're not big on names this podcast.
No.
Okay, but yeah,
Let's
not a
move
loss
on.
for
There's
Tanner.
There's nothing there.
Hopeful
He's
this
got
week.
nothing.
Better luck this week.
Playing
All right?
the old average quiffs.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't like your chances there. But...
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Sorry, buddy.
So next matchup is Grabner by the Pussy and the Rain City Bitch Pigeons.
You know what is this matchup is interesting to me because I feel like I have to make a point. This is technically speaking this is week 5. You have been calling Grabner by the Pussy the undercover wagon just because he's been giving everybody a hard time and pulling ties out. How much longer can we call him undercover? He's no longer undercover. He's just a fucking wagon of a team. But
even
still has no wins.
Even though how does he not have any wins yet?
and he couldn't beat bitch pigeons. But I mean,
It was everything is close with him.
yeah, like
4-6 lost, like that's close, man.
yeah, and like
a couple
he just,
goals here and there.
He literally needed 2 goals to pull into the tie, and like his goalie numbers. I mean, he started Jones a game. I know that. So
Oh, there's your problem.
yeah, so he lost the goalie's numbers by 0.5 goals against and 0.02 in the save percentage.
Martin
So
Jones will do things like that.
yeah, and Jones just Brady for the last time.
But
Still
Brady,
Jones.
I think your fortunes will change very quick. I think you're gonna get a win here pretty quick. Shane's team, led by David Perron, 6 points, and Ryan O'Reilly, 5 points. Before Ryan O'Reilly was traded
Yes.
to the Average Joes.
Yes, we can go in the trades after.
We
do a
will.
quick
We
trade.
will. And then, surprisingly, Brady's team, led by Jake Muzzin, with 4 points.
Yeah, Jake wasn't a stud.
Very interesting. Forwards with no points on Brady's team, Pajot and Jeff Carter. Jokes. For Shane's team, 4 players with no points. That's a tough luck. But he still won, so who cares?
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the next one, the Chilliwack Jägermeister. Okay. Why don't you tee up this one, Marshall?
Okay, so we got the Chilliwack Jägermeister versus my boys, the Average Joes, and I got spanked 9-1. So I mean, I don't want to defend it. My goalies
Here
were
come the
absolute
excuses,
trash.
Tanner.
No,
Let's.
That's all he
he's
does.
just
no.
Here we go.
Hang on. I'm gonna
All
keep
right.
this one without stroking myself off. But I had a lot of injuries. Like Tavares is out, Malkin, those are big pieces. Ekblad went down, Trocheck's out. So I was pretty hurting. And Jägermeister had a pretty good week actually. They got quite a few.
Yeah,
20 and 27.
He was
That's a
actually
huge
He was
week.
actually lighting it up this
Oh, yeah,
week. He had the
huge
week
week.
of his life. He might not have a week like this all year.
Oh no, highlight reel week. And I mean, he didn't need it against me. He wasted it. He absolutely shredded me with my -20. But
Mine is dash 20.
I was -20. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
But no, let's talk about the 2 leading point getters for the Chilliwack Jägermeister. It was Jack Eichel with 6 and
that
Braden
must
Chen
hurt
with
there.
5.
That must hurt. I know
Both
how
of
much
those
you like-
players are mine.
Oh really?
I traded them to him earlier. In the last trade I made, I traded both those players to him.
Oh, good
Literally,
one.
the last trade we did was Jack Eichel, Dumba, and Oshie for Dahlin, Trocheck, and Malkin. I gave him Eichel in the Malkin trade. And I think Braden Shen, I drafted Braden Shen, so I know I traded him somewhere.
So it looks like you played yourself.
Yeah, it looks like the only way this kid can beat me is if he plays my own players.
All right. So, I heard you making a lot of excuses earlier. So, what I hear about that whole little spiel that you just said is, A, you drafted fragile players,
Yeah.
and 2, you don't have depth. What do you say to that? Or do you want a fist fight or something?
That would be the quickest fist fight in the history of this podcast.
I just been waiting all week to say that. So what's wrong with your team, bro? Figure it out.
Look at my team right now and tell me that there's a player on there that you would drop.
I just think you drafted fragile players. Like, you gotta take that into account.
Well, first of all, the players that I have that are injured, I never drafted. Like Trocheck, I didn't draft him.
Well, why'd you trade for him then?
Trocheck went down. He's back now, so it's not a big issue. He's gone for 4 games. But still.
Your excuses are airtight, man.
They are. They're airtight with factual research because I needed to come on to defend my ass after I got whooped by the Jägermeister, who sucks. But, hey, I just had a bad week. I saw the arrows. Fuck me. I saw the errors of my ways, and I corrected it. I went out and acquired a goalie. I went out and acquired depth. I acquired more offense. My offense, if I didn't trade it away, which we'll talk about soon, but with Malkin back on Sunday, there's not a team in the league that had better offense than me. Sagan, Ryan O'Reilly, fucking Matthews, Tavares, McKinnon. Like, this offense is an all-star team. But I traded them all away, so hopefully I don't die for that one.
Good one.
Anyways, that's enough of my matchup to defend myself. Go to the Olsen Castronauts.
Okay, this was probably the matchup of the week, I would say.
It was
this
the only one. It was the most interesting.
This was a good one. I love playing Kevin's team. It's always exciting. It's always close. You know what? And we met last year in the first round of the playoffs, and I could totally see it happening again. Unfortunately, I didn't get the win, but it was close. I lost 4-6, and that's close. I think I lost by. I mean, Kevin's goalies played phenomenal last week. They let in 4 goals, like, for the whole entire week. They let in 4 goals.
Yeah, goals against average of 1.1.
That's ridiculous.
9.63.
Disgusting.
But you still got more goalie wins.
Yeah.
Fuck
yeah.
yeah.
I finessed him on that
That's
one.
good.
I picked up Robin Leonard on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, you snaked the win?
Yeah.
Just that one category so you didn't lose.
4 and 6 seems a lot better than 3 and 7, and I have no
Yeah.
shame, so I don't care.
Yeah, that's fair. But, I mean, you were very close. Like, your 1 PP point, your 10...
That's what I mean. Remember how last podcast I said I was winning on Wednesday, but this could change at any time during the weekend? So he greased one out on Saturday and Sunday, and who cares?
Yeah, you needed the... you honestly just needed that one more.
So what category? As you look there, what categories did he beat me on?
He beat you on your penalty minutes. You were down by 10.
Okay.
Your power play points. You were down by 1.
Yeah.
Time on attack. You were down by 50 seconds. That one's a tough. Oh.
And shots I lost, and goalies.
Yes, you lost shots and you lost
this
goals.
is not sounding too good.
No.
Okay.
No,
Anyways, so what I just saw happen last week was I saw my first round playoff matchup this April happen this week.
And did you like it?
No, I have to change some things. What a big wake up call that was. I just saw the future. I saw what's gonna happen to me in about 6 months.
Yeah, let's talk about how 1 week Bo Horvat's on his trading block. The next week he's tied with Draisaitl and leading his team in points.
Draisaitl. I hate that guy, man.
Stud.
He screwed me last year too.
Play back the moment in the podcast when Dustin Adams said he doesn't think Draisaitl is that good.
I don't know if I'm sold on Draisaitl yet. Yeah, he's a great player.
I don't know how you can even say you're not sold on him.
It's the guy just came into the league and he plays for the Oilers. Like, I'm gonna need to see a little bigger of a sample size before.
The guy got almost 100 points last year. He did get 100 points.
I realize that, but I don't trust any Oilers other than McDavid. Icy cold take.
That's dumb thing said with Yotes and host manager Dustin Adamson.
Hey, we're gonna do a segment at the end of the year of just my awful takes.
Hey, and I got to get it on the podcast because Cole and I made a $100 bet that I bet him that the Dallas Stars were going to end higher than the St. Louis Blues. I bet him $100 that the Blues would finish worse than the Dallas Stars by the end of the year.
We'll see what happens there. But
But
anyways,
the podcast that's on record.
Yeah.
Now.
I like that. Okay, anyways, so leading scorers for Yotes and Hose, Voracek, big bounce back week. That guy was going to waivers real fast. All of a sudden he's got 6 points in 1 week. I'll take it.
I feel like spitters or quitters are going to be sliding in your offer sheet for Voracek because that fat ginger is his favorite player.
Anytime, bro. Just hit me up. And then we got Ovechkin and Marner, the big boys, also leading the
just
way. What I
slow
would
week for
expect.
them. Slow week for them though. You had depth this week,
I depth.
but not enough.
I do draft depth.
But you won the sexy categories at least.
Yeah, you know what? I won the sexy stat category. So that's all important to me.
Yeah,
That's the only thing I care about.
It's really the only ones that matter. So.
And then forwards with no points for Castronaut. Well, none. Good job, Kevin. And for me, Jonathan Taves. I think every week he has no points. I'm starting to really not like this guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna slide a trade in for him. Konecki for Taves.
Buy low on Taves right now.
He's a letdown. I have him in my other league, and he's just
Taves?
Yeah.
How did he have such a good year last year?
he played unreal, and then he came in. Kane's not playing super well either this year.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there. And DeBrincat in
Yeah,
Chicago. I don't
all
know
the
what's
Chicago
happening
players
in
are
Chicago.
just-
They're just shit in the bed.
Yeah. Great insight, Tanner.
All right, let's move on to.
Okay, so that wrapped up week 4. Great week. Moving on, we're going to tee up week 5 here. So the first matchup we have, Grabner by the Pussy, the winless undercover wagon, Brady's team up against Chilliwack Jägermeister with 1 win.
Okay, so the Gardner by Pussy made a good pickup here with Alex Tuck returning, but 2 years ago, Alex Tuck, great pickup. Now he lost his position. He's not a second line center.
Yeah, Mark Stone came in and totally ended this guy's career.
Yeah, he's done. So, I mean, good pickup. I'd roll the dice with him too. I mean, I did have my eye on him.
I mean, Brady probably has worse players on his team than Alex Tuck.
0 wins. Try something.
Gotta do something. Gotta shake it up. Gotta let the players know. No one get comfortable.
Exactly.
Okay. So who do you think's gonna win this matchup?
I'm going to give this one to, actually, I'm going to give it to Brady. I think that he'll get his first win.
Yeah.
Brady and I just did a pretty big trade today. So I'll just mention it now because it's kind of important for his week. He traded me, Vasilevsky, Shea Weber, and Matthew Barzal for John Tavares, Ryan O'Reilly, and Jacob Trouba. So I lose a lot of offense there, and Brady's gaining offense there with Ryan O'Reilly, and John Tavares is coming back this week. So I think he might get enough offense from there, and it depends with Jägermeister how they do. But
I still can't believe you traded away John Tavares and Ryan O'Reilly.
yeah, it's gutsy, but I think Barzal will get more points than Ryan O'Reilly.
Well, here's where you're wrong, because Barzal plays on New York Islanders, and they don't play offense. So...
But here's where I'm right.
And since fantasy hockey is a stats game and only stats,
then Barzal has better stats than right now.
Barzal had a sick year, his rookie year, when he was playing under a different head coach. But
And
when
he
Barry
had
Trotz
John
comes in
Tavares.
after his first year, all of a sudden Trotz only likes to play defense.
Yeah.
So that's why his numbers were terrible last year, and they will continue to be terrible this year.
I don't know. Ryan O'Reilly is on the second line in St. Louis. Tarasenko's out for 5 months. Huge loss there for actually. Fuck you, Colin. Your damn trade with Brady now for Pasternak for Tarasenko too.
Just the absolute
The
biggest fleece of the.
The guy is the biggest slime ball ever. Anybody else just want to punch him in his stupid face all the time?
Wouldn't go that far.
Tanner does. He tells me all the time he wants to.
Anyways.
Just kidding.
Anyways, so Ryan O'Reilly doesn't have Tarasenko. He's on the second power play. He's on the second line. Barzal's getting the same minutes. He's putting up points. I might be able to get Barzal now, ride him while he's hot, and sell him when he's hot. Who knows? But Tavares leaving my team does really hurt me, for sure.
Yeah, I think he might regret
But
that one.
I did need the goalies. That's what you told me last week. Is if you were me, you would go out, get yourself a number 1 goalie.
You didn't have a chance of winning this year until you had a goalie,
And
now
now-
you have a goalie.
And now I have 2 and 3 that I could cycle through with.
Hey, what
Kemper
happened to
and
Carter Hart?
Carter Hart, Carter Hart I dropped his ass, and then he led in 6 today, I think. So
That's always a good feeling.
yeah, but hey, I got a couple good games out of him, so he did the job for me. But anyways, we're
Okay, yeah.
talking too long about this.
Okay, yeah.
about
So
us.
I got Brady. I got Brady winning this one. It's time for Brady to get a win.
Yep.
All right. Next matchup: Shane's team against Team Diorio. Team Diorio hasn't lost yet. Shane coming in 500, 2-2.
I can't even guess this matchup, man. This
Yeah,
one might be close.
You know what? I do like Team Diorio. If they win,
But Landeskog, man.
yeah, true.
Landeskog's out. Like, he's got some injuries. Doesn't have any depth scoring. I mean, Landeskog did get no points last week, but he's
If-
out now.
You know what? If Shane can go 3-2, all of a sudden this legitimizes his team. I think.
It makes Shane all of a sudden, hey, I don't like this. Cause,
If you got 3 wins in 5 weeks,
I mean, look
that's
at it.
not that's
Look at it this
that's
way.
not bad.
Shane and I have the exact same record, and you consider my team a legitimate team.
Do I? Moving on. Okay.
I mean, I made the playoffs, TEU, so.
Alrighty. Those were preseason projections. But, okay, as of right now, you don't have a winning record. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. Castronauts, the other team that hasn't lost yet with a 3-0-1 record. They're going up against Vancouver Sparkies. They're absolutely going to destroy Sparkies.
It's routine. Routine week.
Sparkies, the most exciting team in fantasy hockey.
Yeah, move on.
Move on. Okay, well, here's a spicy matchup we got here.
It's a good playoff match.
Yeah, this is going to be a good playoff preview. We got a Yotes and Hose against Chilliwack Offs.
It's going to be a good one because the Chilliwack Offs are definitely one of the better teams in the West. And then
This is a good measuring stick for me, I think.
you had Castor 1 week, so that's your first round matchup. If you got by them, you got Cole Rose, your second round matchup. If
Yeah,
he gets
so
by.
Cole hasn't lost yet either. He's 2-0-2. I got 1 loss under my belt here. 2-1-1.
Barely
Yeah.
better than 2-2. Just saying, like half a point better than 2-2.
Okay. Thank you for your input there, Marshall. So, yeah, I think just this is going to be an exciting one, and I think it's going to be close the entire way through the weekdays, all the way into the weekend, and maybe something changes on Sunday that pulls it out for one team.
You know what makes me feel really bad for you is that you faced the Yotes and Hose killer in Leon Draisaitl last week, and you faced the Yotes and Ho killer in Connor McDavid this week.
I know. Those Oilers.
Those were the Yotes kryptonite last year, so
Yeah.
hopefully your boys can pull that out.
All of a sudden, Cole trades for Martin Jones.
Yeah, fuck. Do it, Cole.
I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
Though. Okay. Yeah. So that's a pick'em. Whoa. What a matchup we got here coming in last here. So the last matchup we'll talk about for this week is Average Joes and our guest today, Tanner. Spitters or quitters?
Tanner, how do you think this week's going to go?
You know, I'm going to let you start this because I got a few things.
Yeah, I'm just
I
gonna sit
need
out
to
of this
say
one.
on this whole thing.
I want you to go first because I've been the one leading the conversation here.
All right,
Let's see what
I'll
you
go
gotta say.
first. You know what? Obviously, I'm a little nervous about this week because Marshall somehow gets this shit under lock every year. I don't know what's going on here. My team, I think I made a pretty good trade, which I think is going to help me out in the come. I made one with the Diorios here. I traded away it was a tough one, the Vancouver Canucks boys. Quinn Hughes, Pedersen,
Oh, you traded away.
and Duchesne.
Okay,
I gave
well,
all 3 up.
You know what, Tanner? I think those Canucks are actually getting really hot right now.
They
both
really
got
are.
praised.
So, you know what?
Talk about your all-time backfires.
Yeah, but you know what? The thing is, I was looking at my team from last year and last week, and what I needed is time on ice. So I picked up Shabbat because he gets average
Shabbat is a beast, man.
26 and a half minutes.
Well, like we've said before, he is the Ottawa Senators.
He's a beast. You know what? And he hasn't been playing super great this year, but you know what? I think it's going to change because he did good last year.
Yeah, he came in pretty as a surprise last year.
And then the other one I picked up was Rupe Haynes. I know he started off hot and he's been kind of slowing down a little bit, but
yeah, he's 4 games.
I'm hoping he can cut this bullshit of him not scoring and stuff and get back to it. But who knows? I'll give him a couple weeks.
Wouldn't
I
that
think.
be nice, eh?
I'll give him a couple weeks.
He's a very talented Finn, so I would keep him too. Pedersen just got 3 points last.
Yeah, he did. But you know what? I also got Rantanen. So I'm excited about Rantanen.
And Rantanen hasn't played a game.
He's injured right now, but he's coming back soon, I think.
So you're looking long-term with Ratton.
I'm looking long-term with Rantanen because last year he killed it, and I just love him. He's amazing.
This guy is a legit fantasy player. He doesn't just think short-term; he thinks long-term.
It's long games.
It's not a sprint; it's a marathon.
It
eh?
is.
Yeah, but I
Good
mean,
thinking, Tanner.
Take my losses to the chin up front, and then
you can't
kill
Making
him
a
in the
comeback
playoffs.
right around the New Year. he's
Everyone
just gonna
loves an
start
underdog,
lighting
man,
it
you
up.
know?
You can't take that many punches to the chin, dude. You have not won yet. You're 0-3.
Yeah, but you know
You're
what?
getting
I-
speed bagged right to the nuts.
See,
right now.
my team is letting me down hard.
You're
I do have good
literally-
players. I do have
literally last place in the whole league.
but you got to look at guys like Monahan and Panarin and Aho, who's been the biggest letdown of my year.
How many trade offers do you get every day for Aho?
Hundreds.
Then why don't you accept it if you're gonna fucking hate the
Bro,
guy?
he's
Because
a long-term
I'm holding
fantasy
on because he
player.
played so well last year, but he's dicking me
Trade him
down.
to me so the poor kid can start playing well. He needs
That's
to
literally
get
what
off your
happens. That's
team.
why I don't want him to leave.
The minute
The minute they get off my team,
they're
they're
just gonna
good.
start lighting it up.
Yeah. Fuck you, man.
Yeah,
You're not taking
hang
him.
in there, Tanner. Like,
I'm
wait
gonna
this out.
yeah.
Wait this out.
What do you have to say about this week? Are you worried at
No,
all?
he's
Or are you just gonna roll it
He's
and
just
keep
slinging
going?
chirps from the
Yeah,
side. here.
exactly.
Well, let's start off with the first little pickup I just did. Is I just picked up David Krejci. And
Blockbuster.
he got me 2 points tonight.
Yeah, I'm a little pissed about that one.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody didn't want, like, he came back. I saw the IR left, and he was back. I knew he was coming back today, so I picked him up. And I mean, even Tyler Seguin just got a point, dude.
Surprising.
He's struggling this year.
Yeah.
He
All the stars are
came over.
struggling.
Came over in my trade I made
Who's the bonehead who traded him?
Pen.
the Rain City bitch pigeon, Shane Penner.
Let's trade him at his lowest value.
I tugged on his heartstrings, and I traded Tyler Bertuzzi, who has been having a pretty good start, but I've been looking on
Yeah,
him
can we
for a
talk
while.
about this trade?
I traded
rad,
Tyler
man.
Bertuzzi and Matthew Tkachuk for Tyler Seguin and Ryan O'Reilly. So I got in that trade, I traded the best player and the worst player. But the gap from the worst player to the two medium players that he had was huge.
So when I saw that trade come across my phone, all I saw out of the whole thing was Marshall just got Ryan O'Reilly and Tyler Seguin, and I'm like, of course he did.
And I picked up Tyler Bertuzzi off waivers too.
I know, no, that's the kind of things you do.
I sell high.
You're a scumbag, man.
I-
Greaseball.
How am I a scumbag? I don't talk to these people. I send it out, and if it gets accepted, it gets accepted. Just because you don't know how to sell high and sell to the right people doesn't mean I'm a scumbag.
You know, but you mentioned it earlier how you got some guys on St. Louis out now. He just picked up O'Reilly, who I think a little bit of his pizzazz is going to go down. I don't think he's going to be. I think like a Matthew Tkachuk, who you gave away. I think Tkachuk, who's playing well. I think
He's on the first line too.
Yeah, Tkachuk is.
He's doing well, man.
He's underrated. Man.
Riley-
He's actually awesome.
I don't know about O'Reilly.
Well,
Tarasenko
I mean-
gone and stuff like that. That's a big chop for him, I think.
Tanner just missed the whole part where we talked about O'Reilly earlier.
No, I was listening.
He's
I was just waiting,
He's
man.
locked in. Man.
But I mean, O'Reilly's now not on my team anymore either, so I didn't take the risk.
Right.
But regardless, sure, you can call me slimy all you want, but you're just jealous you didn't get the trade. I didn't.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say there.
I didn't
Moving on.
I didn't persuade Shane. I didn't do anything. None of the. I'm not doing any of the business that Brady and I did last year. We offered him nudes for players.
We'll edit
It's a
that
good
part
trade.
out. Okay.
On the record, anyone wants to send me nudes, you can have any player.
Of themselves? You want a nude of fucking Brady on your phone?
Of course.
Oh, here you go, Brady.
Okay, so moving on. There's actually a ton of games on Saturday, so there's a bunch of scheduling conflicts of players here. So we're going to go through each team and who they should sit. And so we'll start with grabbing her by the pussy. So you're going to have to sit 3 forwards on Saturday. I got Marleau, Tuck, and Pajot. Pajot had no points last week. Tuck, surprising, he has an NHL job still. And Marleau is like 47 years old, so take a lap. Jägermeister, I got Kevin LeBanc, or as Marshall likes to call him, Kevin LeBlanc. He's currently minus 10. He's going to win a PGA Tour event here pretty quick with that score. Ricard Raquel.
How long did you try to think up that joke?
Yeah, I think I've been slinging it every single week so far. You gotta give the people what they want,
Gotta
right?
give that content in.
Yeah. Ricard Raquel. Pigeon sit him. And Alex Kerfoot. I think he plays like 13 minutes a game. Probably sit him. He doesn't get many points.
Yeah, I mean, the only ones that I could argue with Dusty on that one is maybe... I like Marleau, but not that much. JT Miller has... the Canucks, he had a great last game, so, I guess... I would probably allow him to keep going.
Yeah, I like JT Miller,
I like
actually.
JT Miller. I always have liked him quite a bit, actually.
I read a tweet the other day that said like JT Miller is our like Blake Wheeler.
Huh.
Interesting thought, hey?
Interesting, yeah.
I don't disagree with it.
I mean, and I don't know enough about the Canucks really anymore because I don't follow them on more of an emotional basis.
Blake Wheeler's also going to make an appearance in our Panic or Patient segment on
big heart
Patience.
guys, though.
Yeah.
But.
Okay, Shane's team, I would sit Michael Backlund and Brady Tkachuk.
We got 20
Oh,
minutes.
yeah, we're moving along here. Okay, we don't need to say much about those. Those are his two worst players on his team. Team Diorio, you're going to have to sit two D-man. I would sit Slavin and Cece, both kind of irrelevant on their team. Castronauts.
You know what? No, I'm going to disagree with that.
Okay,
CC just had an absolutely huge game in Washington.
Oh, really?
He played unreal. He played 25 minutes.
Like on a Tuesday night as we record?
As we record right now.
Oh, okay.
That just finished. Sorry.
Okay. No,
I guess
you're on it, Marshall. I
was
like
watching.
this.
But no, I really like Cody Cece actually. He's been getting big minutes. He's not going to get you a lot of points. He's going to get you the minutes, the plus minus. He's Morgan Riley's D partner. He was today. So it's like Morgan Riley played on is Morgan fucking Riley.
Okay, scratch it entirely what I said.
So it's like I don't know if I would necessarily sit him over like Colton Parayko, because I mean Parayko has been playing big minutes, yes, but again, hurting squad, this that they're playing Minnesota.
Yeah,
so
you know what? I remember looking at this and saying if you were to sit anyone other than CC, it would be Parayko. So. And
I mean, then just play the teams. I mean, you can play Parayko against Minnesota. Minnesota's got zero firepower.
Yeah, Minnesota
Philly
stinks.
But then there's Philly. Philly, you know how Philly is.
They're hot and cold.
CC's
you don't
playing Philly, so you know what? Maybe do sit CC.
Well, Philly will probably have Carter Hart in net. So they'll be lighting it up. Like double-digit goals probably.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, Castronauts. This is kind of a hot take that I have. I would sit Phil the Thrill Kessel.
That feels this weird saying.
You know what, Phil? You know what? This guy could break out for 3 goals, or he could get no points, -2, and 16 minutes of time on ice. So this is unpredictable. He's kind of having a tough start to the year. So I would sit, and the Castronauts is such a deep, loaded team, right? So you're not going to sit any of his studs that he has. So I would sit Phil Kessel.
I would sit James Neal.
James Neal? Ooh, James Neal has gone cold, I think.
He did get a goal, but I mean, he's still. I guess you know what he plateaued at consistency.
Yeah, I remember being like really pissed that I didn't pick him up. But then all of a sudden a week and a half goes by and it's like, oh, maybe it's just James Neal.
Yeah, like I mean James Neal did score on the 27th against Florida, but he was -2. Game before he was -1. He had an assist, but he was -1, so he was -2 in Detroit. I don't know. I don't like the trend that he's going on right now. He's going downhill quick, and I mean, as much as a squid you want to call Phil Kessel, it still gets those minutes. He just gets a little bit more. There's more to him, I think, than James Neal. But
yeah, I think you're right there.
Hot take.
Either
I mean,
one. It was a hot take.
James Neal could be James fucking Neal.
I just wanted to stir the pot. Okay, for Sparkies, who honestly cares?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna lose anyways.
I don't think he's listening anyways.
Okay, for Yotes and Hose, I'm sitting Pavelski, and I'm sitting Voracek. Pavelski. Can you do something there, bud, this year? Maybe? Okay, Voracek, he's kind of heating up, but, I mean, numbers aren't great this year. So.
Yeah, but why are you playing Jonathan Taves and sitting Voracek? Are you wanting to try it again? Like, when are you going to learn? To maybe
I'm just going to keep plugging in Taves and hoping he does something.
But you have the option.
Taves plays a ton, though. He plays a lot, and he's on the first power play unit. But so is Voracek.
And Voracek doesn't play as much. I mean, Pavelski, I would agree with. I mean, again, it's just like, why would you sit Pavelski, who even has more goals than Taves and better stats than Taves?
I don't know.
It's just like...
Taves
Jonathan
is,
fucking Taves.
I know, Taves is due, man. He's due. The minute I sit him, he's going to light up. This guy is due. He's due for something.
I don't know how you sit Jonathan fucking Taves, but I would sit Taves. Like,
but you know what? When my team is that good, it doesn't matter who I said. They're so deep, right?
So is Chilak-Offs.
Okay, we'll move on to Chilak-Offs here. I would sit Cassian and Schmaltz.
Yeah.
Any arguments there?
Looking at it, not really. I mean, he's got some injuries, and Patrick Laine's injured now. Spanajeb is obviously injured still. So, I mean, it depends on Laine. but like he's got Connor Brown. He's been really hot lately. But
Yeah, I would play Connor Brown.
I just
He's
feel like
hot.
that's so weird for Connor Brown, anyways.
Yeah,
But maybe he's an undercover wagon.
maybe.
No, I'd probably sit David Pasternak.
Yeah, that's a good.
Probably.
Good good thinking there, Marshall.
It's kind of a squid.
Does he even have any points this year?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. He just got one or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I guess he had 5 assists.
So
but
average Joes and spitters are quitters. Marshall, who are you gonna sit? You gonna sit TJ Brody?
You know what?
Probably.
DJ Brody probably won't even be on the team by then.
Okay, so yeah, he'll be sitting.
Yeah, most likely. Krejci, I'm probably going to keep around now.
Yeah.
He was originally going to be a pickup and drop off player, but I'm keeping him around now. So
Tanner, who are you gonna sit? Nemestikov, JVR?
You see, I don't know. They'd be definitely the good option.
Do you not want to spill the beans yet?
No, they'd be a good option. I'll spill. I don't care. You know, they're going to
Doesn't
be off my
matter.
team. They're going to be off my team
So
by
they're
Saturday.
gonna be sitting regardless.
They're on-
they might be
they're-
sitting on someone else's
They're,
team.
you guys want them, you can have them. I'll toss them on free agency. I'm over them.
I drafted JVR.
You know what? JVR has had all 6 of his points in the last 4 games,
Oh yeah. Probably a great time
which
to
is
drop
sick.
him.
But now he's done. And he
Yeah.
plays for Philadelphia, who
Thank-
just got absolutely murdered tonight.
He gets on your team, plays 4 games. Thank you for your service.
Yes, goodbye. Peace
I
out.
appreciate you. Goodbye.
Okay.
You are the weakest link.
Yeah.
Okay. So
All right, let's
Okay,
move over along.
Okay, so we're on to our new segment here called Panic or Patience. These are players that we either are going to get rid of because they're just not playing that well, or we're going to stick to it a little longer and see if they can right the ship. So for average Joes, I think Marshall just addressed this. David Krejci, panic or patience?
Krejci, I mean, he was just a pickup wire today just for a waiver player to play, but
Keep him around?
oh, hell yeah. 1-on-1, he looked great.
You know, anytime you can keep around Boston Bruins, I'd say that's a good idea.
Hot. Right?
So Shane's team, we got Blake Wheeler. Surprising, he's got 3-3 so far. We're almost a month into the year, and he's only got 6 points.
Yeah, he's a slow start, but that's, it's Blake Wheeler. How do you drop a guy like Blake Wheeler?
Yeah.
He had 50 assists last year?
No, that guy's sick. Like he'll turn it around.
I don't see that Winnipeg Jets to continue on this shitty streak they're on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Shane's actually got 3 other players here that I've noted. So Brady Tkachuk.
He's got Matthew Tkachuk now. There's no need for Brady anymore. Drop him.
Yeah, get rid of him. Also plays on the Senators, who are trash.
Trash.
Okay. Kyle Palmieri. Big hype
Big
surrounding this guy, but
Big
all
hype.
the New Jersey Devils suck.
Yeah, Jack Hughes, Taylor
Like
Hall.
what a dumpster fire! What a disappointment they have been this year.
There's better players in waivers than Palmieri right
Yeah,
now.
Michael Backlund.
Backlund, great
Yeah.
second line center.
He
Good
is
penalty killer.
he is completely irrelevant to the Calgary Flames.
Yeah, great penalty killer, but
But unfortunately, you don't get any points for that in
Nope.
this league.
drop him.
Okay, Chilwell off. Kyle Connor, 4-2.
Kyle
A little
Connor.
surprising. Keep Kyle Connor.
Keep Kyle
You're
Connor.
an idiot if you drop Kyle Connor.
He's gonna turn it around.
Like all the other Winnipeg
Winnipeg
Jets.
Jets cannot keep this up.
They're gonna turn it around.
Just
Uh,
like San Jose Sharks and Dallas Stars.
So we got the cat, Alex DeBrincat, 3-4.
Just like Taves. He better stay around. He's gonna turn it around.
Oh, so you like Taves, eh?
I do like Taves.
Okay, all right. Sparkies. Who cares?
I mean, look at
Sparkies,
his.
just drop all your players, okay?
No, his 3 best players, Jamie Benn, Alexander Radulov, and one of his best defenders, PK Subban, both have.
Oh, how bad is Subban?
They have.
Holy cow! I took him. I took him as my first pick last year for any of my defensemen. He
Yeah.
was He's so bad.
What happened to him? Wasn't he
He's
sick
so
in Montreal?
bad. Is Rodney around?
No.
Okay.
RJ, we need to take on.
Okay.
Moving on.
So
before
yeah,
we,
I would
get this podcast
legitimately
canceled.
try to trade all 3 of those players, or just drop them. I'll gladly pick them
I'll
up.
pick him up. Yeah.
Okay. Castro, Phil Kessel, Phil the Thrill. We've already talked about him. You never know what you're gonna get from this guy, but I think there's a lot of talent there. He's a future Hall of Famer. Tell
Yeah.
me I'm wrong.
Really, you're not wrong.
Tanner, tell me I'm wrong. No, I'm not wrong.
Can't.
No. He's
It's Fat Phil, man.
Well,
Everyone loves Fat Phil.
Yeah.
American Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Okay. And
Not
he's
that
got
bad.
Claude Giroux, 2-5. But like many of the other Philadelphia Flyers, really struggling so far this year. Probably played the least amount of games so far too.
Mm-hmm.
Their trip to Europe.
I don't know about that one either.
No, I would keep him around. G's pretty good.
Yeah.
Spitters.
He's always a good one.
Spitters. What do you think?
Yeah,
of
man.
Sebastian, you know who we're gonna talk about
It's
here.
Aho. It's always Aho. Every time I get text from anybody, it's Aho. And you know what? I have faith in him because he killed it last year. And you know what? Carolina is doing pretty well.
Without him.
But you know what? The other rough
Imagine how
thing
they do
is
with
I
him.
also have Howla and Zingle, who've also been playing pretty well this year.
I was when we were
Carolina
talking
players
about
you
when
want?
we were talking about sitting players, I was gonna put Holla on there, but I looked at his stats.
Dude, he's not bad.
The guy's sick, man.
He's killing it.
Yeah,
He's been a good one for me this year.
I would sell high on that guy right now.
I don't know.
Add him in a package with Aho, I bet you get a filthy return.
I bet you'd get a player like Dylan Larkin.
Aho's a tough one, man, because what's going to happen with Aho, as soon as I trade him, he's going to go the fuck off.
You know,
I guarantee
Do you like how we just brought that up and Marshall tried to grease you already?
He's been greasing me all week with those.
Oh my god.
That's how it's done, dude.
This
Gotta get in their ear.
Grease guy.
guy's just
That's-
this
and
guy's
that's-
just a rat.
Yeah, but that's not a bad trade either. That Dylan Larkin.
Here he comes, here he comes.
No, I'm not ignoring him. Can you tell me that Dylan Larkin's not a good player?
I don't like him. He plays on Detroit.
Yeah, I don't like Larkin. I don't like the Detroit boys either.
I don't like. Nobody likes Detroit. That's Detroit. But Larkin as a player.
He was gonna say I don't like Larkin there, but he
no,
caught
nobody
himself.
likes Detroit as Detroit because I hate Detroit too. But Dylan Larkin's a pretty fucking solid player.
He is their only good player.
Team
Except for
Diorio.
Bertuzzi, who you just traded for Ryan O'Reilly and Tyler Seguin.
Sell high.
Marshall believes in
I
the
guess.
Detroit boys.
Sell high.
Okay, and then last one we got Team Diorio, Couturier, 2-3 so far. I don't know what to make of these Philly players.
Travis Konecki has like 9 points in like 8 games.
Oh yeah.
To be honest
How
with
many
you-
points does Konechny have though?
I don't know how many Konecki has. I still can't say it, man.
No, man, you really struggle with that name.
I don't know, Couturier. I think.
had him-
Hold on.
did you have him last
I
year?
had him last
Yeah,
year.
he was
I
a
say,
beauty last
I
year.
say Diorio, hold on to him, dude. He had a shit start last year too,
Yeah.
but he picked it up and he absolutely killed it.
Yeah, he can turn it on at
He
any
can.
time.
I think you should hold on to him. I think he's a good hold on.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the next segment, Free Agent Frenzy. So these are players off the waiver wire that you could pick up at any time that are really going to help your team that we think. So first thing I have, Temu Meyer. Someone must have drafted this guy real high.
Yeah.
And here he is.
Big contract for him.
Here he is on waivers. How the grades have fallen.
Yeah, he's got a lot of time on tackle, upside to him. He's just, again, slow start, big contract.
Slow start, but high upside. So
Yeah.
I would take a flyer on Temu
Yeah,
Meyer.
if I had, like, honestly, he's going to be my first pickup when there's, when I need a player for the day.
Okay, and then one player that I want to mention.
Keep your eyes open because we all will be.
So this is what kind of separates the good fantasy hockey players from the bad ones. So Tarasenko, he got hurt for 5 months, so he's on waivers right now. So when 5 months comes up, Tarasenko's going to be healthy again. And someone who is on the ball is going to pick this guy up I would say about 7 to 9 days before he comes back. Or if they want to play it real close, like 3 or 4.
I don't think he'll be available within a week.
You think someone will take him already?
I mean,
I'm going to be on this 10 days
I'm
before.
going to be on it too, but
11 days
I had
before?
to talk, well,
12?
I was going to...
I'm going to pick him up right now. Let's go. For a check, you're gone, bud.
No,
Thank you
like,
for your service.
I talked to Team Diorio, and he seems to be the same. He asked me if it was an etiquette thing that, hey, this guy's actually really sick. He was on waivers. He legit asked me this. Do we just let him go and let him pick him back up when he's playing good and when he's back? I should have said, yes, Diorio, leave him. It's a good bro move, is he just let Brady pick Tarasenko right back up.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, I told him absolutely not. It's a fucking dog fight. Like, I'll stab you
Oh,
both
so
in the eye
you're
right
actually
now.
not a scumbag.
No. I will stab you both in the eye with your pen to get Tarasenko over you when he's healthy again.
Okay, so when 5 months comes around and I completely forget about this, and all of a sudden I see under the league recent transactions, Marshall has picked up Tarasenko, I'm gonna throw this laptop out my out my bedroom window.
It's
and
funny.
Just lose it.
It's like that's the player that it seems like you're waiting for to pick up for your waivers.
And then one randomly you'll just forget all of a sudden. It's like that day you will forget, and all of a sudden someone will pick him up, and you're like, "Are you kidding me?"
yeah.
And then I'll lose in the first round to Kevin. It'd be awesome. Can't wait. Okay, and then last player I have is Jacob Vrana.
Always solid.
This guy's a serviceable player. He's got 4-4 so far. Plays on a great team. This guy's got 33 shots so far. That's the highest out of any player on waivers right now. That shots category really screwed me over last week. Could have used a player who gets shots like that. So sneaky category shots, I would pick him up.
I do like him too.
I bet you have worse player. I bet Tanner definitely has worse players on his team.
Yeah, unfortunately, he didn't make my lineup for this go around, but I will probably pick him up for when he's got available game.
Okay, I'll wait for who you send down then.
And then use your waiver claim on him.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll drop Malkin for him. He's on the IR. He's on the IR.
Yes, please.
You keep trying to trade me Malkin. You're a greaseball, I know it. You're just trying
Why
to
would you trade Malkin now? He's coming back next week.
He's trying to grub
It's
me out.
because I was trying to get better players.
You're asking for too much.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
I asked for Aho and Monahan.
Did you see that thing? He's like Malkin might be in like legal trouble or something.
Yeah,
he might be
like-
going to jail for slinging Bitcoin or something.
Yeah,
He invested $4 million into some bullshit
Crypto,
schemey
or
crypto company. I don't know.
Great, all my crypto,
I don't want
all
him,
my
dude.
cryptocurrency is being run by Malkin.
Josh Ming got screwed with the Bitcoin boys.
Josh,
Watch out, Ming.
Josh Ming fled the country.
Yeah, anybody heard of
He's been
him?
in Thailand forever.
Anybody heard from him? Like,
Oh man, he's got $4 million of Malkin's money.
Yeah,
Of
exactly.
his
Just took a run.
Neo coin or whatever.
I'm staying in Russia.
Just a quick to touch up. I want to add to this free agency thing is a guy I've been looking at for quite a while here is Philip Deneau.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I don't know. I had him last year.
He
and
was a good player last year.
He's a solid. You know.
Dude, I think he got like 20 tucks last year.
He did, and he's. I don't know. I just don't know if I can trust Montreal. That's the thing.
Yeah. Okay. I think we need to move on to a new segment. Very special edition of this segment.
Yes, a very widely listened to segment of this podcast. And the one people look forward to the most.
So, has Tanner won a weekly matchup yet?
You know,
From the man himself,
Obviously-
from the goat himself.
it's obviously a no.
Will Tanner win this week?
I don't like his chances.
I don't like my chances either, but I'm staying hopeful. You know what?
If Tanner pulls out a tie with me or a win, I'm shaving my whole head.
Oh, you heard it here.
Yes.
You're going bald. You're
I want
bicking
to
it.
see
Everybody's
this
gonna be
happen.
dropping
You're
fucking
bicking.
players.
Yeah, everyone drop your best players. I can pick them up, beat Marshall, give them right back to you.
Get rid of that dirty mullet he's got.
We're gonna have
on.
a Bick Marshall's head party.
Jeez.
But
Okay.
no, it's not gonna happen. I don't think this
No.
week. I got another L coming towards me.
Okay.
And
so,
that's it for How's Tanner Won a Weekly Matchup. Stay tuned for next week when we recap again. Now a message from our sponsors. Do you have problems with nausea, heartburn, and diarrhea? Tanner Olsen's team can cure all those things with his shitty play and his running attitude.
Yeah, sick chirps.
we really appreciate our sponsors. They keep this podcast afloat.
Yo, I couldn't
Thank
keep going. I couldn't make it up any farther. That's all I had.
All right, boys. So that's pretty much all the stuff we got for this podcast. We got a few minutes here. What do you guys want to talk about?
Yeah, we got a couple of minutes here. Do you got anybody that you want to announce down to the podcast that is available for trades?
Here's your platform.
Here's your
Tanner.
platform to
Here
tell
we
people
go.
what you'd like.
Want to chirp anyone?
Oh, I got lots of chirps for the boys,
Okay.
but you know what? Trade bait here. I think I'm gonna sauce out. You know, Aho is definitely available, and it scares me. It scares me. So be careful with that because as soon as he goes on your team, he's gonna go off, and then I'm
Be
gonna
gentle
be
with
pissed.
Tanner.
That's what's gonna happen.
Hey, Rupe scored at least for you today.
No, he did not.
Yeah, Rupe scored.
Rupe is on the trade block.
He's hot right now.
He's
hot
hot.
right
He's
now.
scoring goals.
Rupe is good to go. And another big one is Panarin. I think I'm okay to get rid of Panarin.
Okay, coming at you right now.
You
I was
know,
waiting to hear from
he's
Panarin.
a really good player, but I don't like the guy, the bread man. I'm not
It's
into
fair.
it.
It's fair.
I'm not into it.
Okay, how about let's go to Jotunho's lineup right here.
Oh, fuck off. We're not.
Panarin.
Are we making an on
Get
broadcast?
fucked. We're not doing an on-Brody trade.
on Brody trade.
How
Right now.
about
I'll take Jonathan Tays for Panarin.
Done. Shake on
I
it.
have hope.
Tape's gonna start lighting
He's
up.
gonna go off.
If
He's gonna
anything,
go
you should
off.
send me another player.
Okay.
Because
I'll give you Aho and Panarin for Taves.
For Taves and William
for
Karlsson.
For the potential that Taves has.
And William Karlsson, just because, he's going to get 40
Dude, you
again.
gotta come with more material.
I'll add a handy and a bag of pucks.
Marchand.
Sold.
Okay, we got 5 minutes before we got to sign off here. I think it'd be funny to go through, and let's go through every team here, and we'll get Tanner's final thoughts on your team. We'll do this every time we have a guest on. We'll let them get out their chirps or say what he thinks about each team. So we'll start off. We'll go with your matchup. What do you think of my team?
How about your team?
Yeah, you can just fire off. You have literally a minute to talk. I'm going to time you. You have 20 seconds on each team.
I think Marshall thinks his team is better than it actually
It is, you know.
This ain't no 2018, 2019 Team Anderson here.
See, Marshall, I don't know, man. I think he's got the depth. He doesn't.
But
You
now
know, obviously McKinnon, and
now he's got a goalie because he greased Brady so hard too.
he greased him. He greases everybody. We understand that.
That's
He's
no
also the
surprise.
league leader, so can't veto his trades.
The
It's
league
impossible.
leader? You mean the league manager, jackass?
Whatever.
Conflict of interest.
You guys
there
vetoed
for sure.
all of my Brady trades when I would have got rid of Matthews and I would have got Vasilevsky at the start of the year. All you fuckers vetoed
Tanner,
it.
did you veto his trades?
100%
Yeah,
every
me
time.
too.
I don't
see.
even read who it is. I just veto it.
See, I would have.
He even asked me, "Hey, do you veto my trades?" I go, "No, man, I don't care enough to do
Yeah.
anything like that."
See-
when his trades come, I'm like, veto,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
that's
the
many
joke's on you
times.
is because as league manager, I see who vetoes it, so I always know
Oh,
you
really?
veto.
Whatever.
Yes.
I don't think he's lying to us right now.
I don't
I don't
either.
think he has that kind of power.
I
to-
definitely do. But the fact of the matter is if that trade went through, I would have lost that trade and I would have been doing worse than I am now. So you guys saved my ass.
So we played ourselves.
So thank you. But anyways, okay, enough of me. Go to Yotes and Hose. What do you think of their team?
I mean, obviously the Yotes and Hose have been
Wagon.
a wagon this year so far. That goddamn Ovechkin, who he says is untouchable.
Because he is. Guy's second reincarnation of Jesus Christ.
That's fair. Now, how are you feeling about Marner? How's Marner for you?
Big contract this year.
Big contract.
Big expectations.
So, but did you hear about Toronto saying that Matthews and Marner aren't playing up to their contract potentials? They're what they're expected to play at.
Well, I mean,
Whoa, no
even
shit.
Stevie Wonder could see that, man.
Yeah.
So, I'm not.
Anybody wondering why
Jesus
Tanner has never won a
Christ.
week? This is the kind of level-headed observations that Tanner Olsen brings to the broadcast.
What are you talking about?
What do you think about Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews not performing up? Did you hear that they haven't performed up to?
I'm just asking.
Also, note that Tanner Olsen did not know what the surge was. Anybody that doesn't know what the surge was has no business being in the hockey. Anybody listen to hockey last year hear something about the Carolina Hurricanes
Hey,
surge?
you know what? When you're a music superstar,
When you're a country superstar,
things happen.
you don't
know?
need to be. Good thing you're pretty because you're not smart.
You know what? None of you bitches are coming on tour.
Okay, we got to round these off quick because we're running out of time.
Yeah, no, Yodes and Hose scare me for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
Castronauts.
I mean,
Scary team too.
you know what? Kevin and I have so much history in this.
Y'all have a good matchup every time.
and it's
awesome.
every time. I don't know why. He's always just a killer team, and I don't know why. Somehow my team just comes out to play with the Castronauts.
I would love to see you beat Castronauts.
You know, we lived together in Edmonton and used to play against each other in these things, and we would scream at each other's
Yeah.
faces, just lose it. But yes, Castronauts, they scare the shit out of me every time.
Okay.
Okay, Sparkies.
Fuck you, Nick.
Yeah.
Penner and bitch pigeons.
The old bitch pigeons. Duds.
Duds.
Team Diorio, newcomer to the league.
I really wish they were a dud because they're new to this league, and I want them to get rookied with a good old 0 every year or every week, but they're killing it.
Grabbed her by
And
the
you know what?
pussy.
He is one of the only people that makes quite a few trades and actually responds to shit. Because some people just leave it there for fucking days, and it pisses me off.
Yeah, like if you get a trade, either if
Just-
you're gonna
just
accept
say
it,
no.
say yes.
Say yes or
If you're
no.
gonna not, just say no. It's
Don't-
so annoying. Like,
Then I just sit there checking my phone all the time.
Usually because I'm slinging trades for that player that I tried to trade,
Yeah.
but now I gotta wait for him to send
Yeah,
trades to other
exactly,
players because I'm like, I actually
exactly.
kind of like this deal, but I'd like this deal as well. So like, I
Yeah.
gotta wait to see if
Yeah,
he
like
accepts this.
I
one.
had like 12 trades with Jacob Trouba in it before I finally got rid of him to Brady for Kale McCarr, basically.
But then you're like, I had other trades that were better.
yeah,
Yeah.
that one was my best option.
Well, probably not because you use grease everywhere.
No,
so-
I definitely had a better option than that one.
Okay. What do you think of
Grabner by the pussy.
undercover wagon? Thoughts?
No.
No.
I think he's gonna wagon it here for a little bit, scare everyone into thinking that, and then he's
Until
gonna
it's
off.
week 9 and he still doesn't have a win.
Then
But he's still in undercover wagon.
He's gonna wagon it the rest of the year. He'll be an undercover all year for sure.
He'll be always one step behind.
Yeah.
Okay, Jägermeister. The deaf little fucker.
This is
He's a damn little fucker. He's got a good team, man, but they're not performing. Kucherov has done mediocre shit this year.
They performed last
one
week.
incompetent fantasy owner talking about another incompetent fantasy owner.
You know
It's
what?
just an invigorating experience, really, to hear.
The one thing he does have is Evander Kane, and I fucking love Evander Kane. So if you want to offer trades up, hook me up.
Okay, one final question before we sign off. Give me your top 4 teams in the league. Who's making the playoffs? Who's not?
Top 4
Okay,
teams?
give me your top 5 teams and tell me 4 that are making the playoffs.
All right. Well,
Because I think we have a clear top 5. I just want
yeah,
to
it's gonna be. I think it's
Who's in the playoffs?
Right now-
No, sorry. Who's top 5?
right now. I'm gonna go with Diorio's number 1.
Okay.
I think
And Team Yotes has checked out.
Yotes is leaving the house. All right.
Yotes has left the building.
You know what? I think it's gonna be real close between Yotes and Castronauts for second. I think
Really?
Yes.
I'm back.
Hot
I
take.
think Yotes and Castronauts are going to be pinning for each other for second,
Wow.
third there. I think the average Joe's is a strong 4th. I think they're going to drop off the map.
Wow. So you're dropping Cole Rose out of the playoffs.
Yes, 100%.
Oh. Wow, the
Wow.
early favorites to win the whole thing.
But you know
Holy
what? There's a
cow.
couple wild cards I want to speak of here because obviously we got the undercover wagon here going under, and I don't know. He might make the wild card. Doubt it. Sparkies, last. Spitters or quitters. They're coming up heavy, boys. They're making moves. They're fucking. That's a good team. Keep your eyes out. Chilliwackos are gonna drop off the map.
I mean, you can just fucking
Useless
basically ignore everything that Tanner has to say.
Big useless tits, those guys.
All right,
He's
well,
also got Bobrovsky, who's just dog shit.
second worst goalie in the league. Yeah, look at that goal. Dude, just look at that. Like, how many games did he have?
Dude, how many times
It's Tuesday.
How many times has Cole's goalie screwed him over?
I love
Every
it.
single week.
We need to. That's
why
new
Cole,
segment.
That's why Cole is not 4-0 right now.
Yeah.
Because his goalies just suck.
New segment. Has Cole Rose goalies
Won a
taken
goalie-
stick out of his ass?
Won a goalie category.
One
yeah.
A category.
Pretty ironic because he is a goalie.
So they're performing the exact same as him, man. Cole Rose numbers might actually be slightly better than his own team's numbers.
Oh.
And that's pathetic.
I'd bet on Cole Rose and net over Bobrovsky for sure.
Cole would put his pads on the wrong leg.
Sauce him in.
Okay.
Puts
God,
the
that
skates
kid,
on
dude,
backwards.
that kid's so ugly though.
Who? Cole?
Cole,
Oh.
kid's a fucking pigeon. He's in Orlando right now, and he texted me this morning saying that, man, Orlando going to Disney World is not the place to go with a hangover. So literally, I just said, what? Spinny rides, loud noises, bright flashing things, and children aren't good for a hangover.
What's he doing at Disney World?
Touching children?
Isn't he 25 years old?
Yeah.
I thought he was supposed to stay like 100 feet from schools and
Parks?
amusement parks.
That's only in Canada.
Oh,
That's
right.
why he had to flee the
It
country.
doesn't
Yeah.
matter about the States.
No.
The guy's too fucking pie-eyed and Asian-eyed to actually be able to see anything. He fits in! How many Asians are in Orlando right now that he looks like when he's stoned as shit?
Couldn't tell you, Marshall. I don't know those numbers.
Pull up the numbers. Facts guy. Give math guy.
Okay.
Good lord.
Well,
Probably a lot. Okay, should we wrap this up?
yeah, wrap it.
Okay, Tanner, thanks for coming on. You're always welcome on the pod.
Thanks for having me on
You're
your
our
voice.
first guest.
First guest.
Probably our biggest guest
Feel
we're gonna
honored,
have, to
feel
be
honored.
honest.
Most requested guest for sure.
Yeah, so this is a big episode. I think everyone's gonna really like it. And yeah, tune it out. See you next week. Thanks for
Yeah.
listening.
Peace out, guys.
Peace. You got the 2-for-1 special and pretty pink lemon drop shots. You lean in, touch my hand, ask me if I want one or not. You're looking way too good